good evening. Welcome to our forum. Today, me and Fami, to be as a moderator for this forum. We have accompanied by three panel, which is Afi as a doctor,
Hi.
Dr. Arif as the Minister of Health,
Hi.
and Mr. Daniel as a citizen people.
Hi.
Okay, today our topic is about social responsibility to get a vaccination. So before we start, let me introduce a little bit about a vaccine. What is vaccine? A product that stimulates a person's immune system to produce immunity to a specific disease, protecting the person from that disease. We can say that vaccines train your immune system to create antibodies, just as it does when it's exposed to disease. So, Dr. Afiq, does vaccine confer 100% protection against this pandemic COVID-19?
Okay, thank you to our panel for letting me answer for this kind question. Okay, firstly, you have to understand that vaccine may not be 100% effective, but different people respond differently to vaccine. And it's possible that some people may not generate an adequate immune response to the vaccine. As a result, this individual may not effectively protected from this virus. There are some vaccines that need additional or booster doses to help raise immunity against a specific disease. This protection is offered by vaccine is better than no protection at all.
Dr. Afiq, you have mentioned that a person needs to take more than one vaccine. So how many vaccines should to be take optimally?
Oh, okay. Usually, vaccine if preferable that the vaccine should be taken for at least 2 doses, because the research have found that 2 doses of injection provide 95% protection against this infection disease.
Okay, Dr. Afiq. So the next question to Dr. Arif. Can we know that how about the progress of the COVID-19 vaccine program so far, and what is government planning in the future?
At the beginning of program, 5,000 to 8,000 vaccine injection were given in Delhi. Now we have managed to increase daily vaccination, inject around 100,000 per day. For next 2 months, we will receive 60 million doses of vaccine. With the increased supply of this vaccine, government is targeting the daily vaccination rate to reach 100,000 500 this month, and figure will continue to increase. This effort can be successfully without the proper government planning and sacrifice of frontliners and effort of volunteer involved.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Daniel, you are the one of those who have taken the vaccine for COVID-19, right? Can you tell us about your experience after being vaccinated and what the others effect?
Firstly, thank you for inviting me to share my experience with the panel. Last week, I received my first vaccine dose due to the influenza of various parties. I initially felt very anxious and nervous about taking this injection. However, after the first injection, I only had a few side effects such as fever, muscle pain, sore throat, and pain at the injection site. I am convinced that this vaccine should be take?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel. Okay, Mr. Daniel said that he had a few effects such as fever, muscle pain, and sore throat. So, Dr. Afiq, how long it will take to recover from these effects?
Oh, this side effect is just a temporary. Usually, this side effect usually take for 2 or 3 days to recover from this side effect.
Oh, okay, doctor. Um, so how long will the protection of a vaccine last?
Usually, different vaccine provide for a certain amount of time. This is a result from different ways of vaccine are manufactured. Okay, certain vaccine may confer to lifelong immunity. Other vaccine can protect ourselves up to 30 years. There are a handful of vaccine that require booster for continued protection.
Oh, okay, Dr. Afiq. Now to Dr. Arif. So, what is your advice to encourage people to get the vaccination?
I would like to emphasize that COVID-19 vaccination program is very important to protect all nations from the risk of more serious infection and save our community life. However, helping the process of regenerating our country economy. In this regard, I would like to call all nations to come forward as a vaccine recipient to help launch the vaccination process getting smoothly.
Thank you, Dato' Arif. Beside Dato' Arif, his advice, what about Mr. Daniel? Can you tell us your opinions? What the government needs to do to attract more people to take the vaccines?
Thank you. In my opinion, the government need to provide some method to attract the interest of the community in Malaysia to take the vaccine. So my suggestion is the government should provide some initiative such as providing help to all Malaysians who have successfully taken the vaccine in the form of money or daily item can alleviate the burden faced by Malaysian today. In this way, Malaysian may be open to receiving COVID-19 vaccine injection.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, thank you to all three panel present on our forum today. We hope that what is being discussed today can be of some benefit to all the viewers present at this forum. It seems we have to reach the end this forum, so a little conclusion we can summarize for today is that vaccination is not something we can take lightly, but it is very important to be aware of. Like what the Dr. Afi said, the vaccine also has side effects such as fever, muscle pain, and pain at the injection site. But the matter does not have an effect for so long. In fact, this vaccine can strengthen the body immunity and can protect ourselves from infectious disease. Immunization has made the world safer by saving millions of lives from contracting preventable disease. And that's all for today. And thank you to everyone who has come to our forum today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
COVID-19 is still ravaging the world. As winter comes, the rate of infection is rising. But the world is exhausted with months of compulsory mask wearing, social distancing, curfews, and lockdowns. A vaccine is now the most powerful way to curb the disease. When vaccinated, the body's immune system will be activated to recognize the invading pathogen and produce antibodies. This means that if the person is exposed to the dangerous pathogen in the future, their immune system should respond immediately to destroy it with antibodies, thus protecting against disease. After enough people in a population are vaccinated, the virus will effectively stop spreading by what's called herd immunity. It is worth noting that since the pandemic began, herd immunity has been repeatedly mentioned by many countries. But in the context of exposing people to the virus rather than protecting them from it with a vaccine, the World Health Organization said that approach is scientifically and ethically problematic. Older people and those with underlying conditions are most at risk of severe disease and death, and people of all ages have been affected and died. In the United States, 1.6 million children have tested positive for the coronavirus. Letting the virus circulate unchecked therefore means allowing unnecessary infection, suffering, and death, said the WHO. Throughout history, humans have developed vaccines for a number of life-threatening diseases, including meningitis, tetanus, measles, and polio. But it often takes years, even decades, to develop an effective vaccine. In order to ensure safety and effectiveness, a vaccine usually goes through a preclinical research, 3 phases of clinical trials, regulatory approval, manufacturing, and circulation before it is released. Researchers across the world have taken measures to speed up the process. As of December 22nd, the WHO counted 61 COVID-19 candidate vaccines in clinical trials, 16 are already in phase 3 trials, and 5 of them are from China. Multiple countries have already offered jabs to the population or have made plans to do so. China's vaccine research values both speed and safety. It has adopted 5 technological approaches. In October, China joined COVAX, an international initiative aimed at ensuring equitable global access to COVID-19 vaccines, pledging to make vaccines developed and deployed by China a global public good, which will be provided to developing countries as a priority. The country will likely have produced over 610 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines by the end of the year. Although the virus has mutated over the past few months, health experts believe that the current vaccines can still be effective. The vaccines are also easy to tweak against mutations. For the world, access to COVID-19 vaccines brings hope of getting life back on track.